If you're on the West Coast, if you're on the East Coast, it's the first show, first thing Monday morning, as the Los Angeles Dodgers have done it. They are going to the World Series. They came back down 3-1. For those of you who are fans of Atlanta sports, Pablo, congrats, man. You want to jump in? You want to jump in on the conversation? What's up, Adam? I gotta give a huge congrats to Pablo. He's been out there just getting really excited. Fireworks all over the city. I mean, just a week ago, we was celebrating the Los Angeles Lakers going to the NBA when we winning the NBA championship. And this week we are celebrating the Dodgers. I got my Dodgers hat, I don't know if I can fit it over the fro. I'm a MLB hat collector, so I got the Rays too, but you know what? They're an American League East team, and I don't root for nobody in the American League East, so I will be rooting for the Dodgers. Mark Goldman says, "Hey, Brian, on cloud nine here. Enjoy. You should be absolutely. Just coming down 3-1, and if it was a team that was going to come back, it was going to be these Dodgers." Who says unlucky shooter says cork bats and springs and Mookie's cleats. Oh, is that an Atlanta fan there? Maybe it's just a joke, so I won't do too much clowning, but I'm happy. The Dodgers are my favorite National League team. I've said that. I mean, I'm a diehard Orioles fan, but Clayton Kershaw is my favorite pitcher in the game, and I want to see them get it done. Finish it. They expected to be in the World Series. I was playing a league. Shout out to my boy Luis. He held a online league on MLB The Show this year. And there was a guy who picked the Dodgers, and he ended up winning the World Series. So for Dodgers fans that make you feel any good, that happened in our league. I think it was about 5 or 6 of us. He was the one person I couldn't beat. Yeah, the Braves definitely played great. We're gonna get Pablo in here, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for him. Let's see. There we go. I'm excited for him as he is celebrating right now. So he's going to join me on this broadcast. Pablo De La Hoya, folks. One of the powers that be right here on Haps Media. How often do you get to have? I sent the. There we go. Oh man, I lost connection. Oh, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. How you feeling, man? Ladies and gentlemen, Paulo De La Hoya in the building.
Oh, what's up, man? Thanks for having me. Yeah, man. I'm speechless, really. I was out at the stadium. I went to the game yesterday in the parking lot after the loss on Thursday. I said I'm not gonna watch any games. That's it. I'm done. I've let them play without me. They win Friday, and I'm like, okay. I go Saturday, and I'm just in my car the whole time, shaking, wondering, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? And the fact that all of their scores came in the first inning, and that it's just like you can imagine the nerves that everyone had. And today, too, man, like I was walking from room to room, just trying to figure out what to do. But as soon as they won, I took my speaker outside my door, blasted "We Love LA."
Man.
And just watch the fireworks.
Yeah, a year ago, you fall to the Nationals. And like I said, I told you, Dodgers' favorite team in the National League for me. Clayton Kershaw is my favorite pitcher in the game. I stayed up those nights against Houston, those late nights, disappointed. Those like I said, last year, shout out to my boy Ryan Cole. I remember watching his tweets and he's posting all these Stephen A. Smith memes like, this is bad. I just remember that vividly. And we, it was just like, oh man, like, come on, cause it's like, all right, you lose, let's get back there and win. Right.
Yeah.
This year, everything going on with the season. Why did they even have to play in the first round? But then they go down 3-1. did you have any doubts? Did you think when they won the game to make it 3-2?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a feeling that you guys were coming back, or was there still doubts?
Oh, I mean, unfortunately, as a Dodgers fan, I always have doubts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 2 World Series in a row, and then dropping out in the playoffs. It's hard to kind of have that hope. But something about yesterday's game and today's game, there's something in the players now. You can see it. There's something in the players, and Kike hitting that home run and the emotions pouring out of his face is like I feel that. I feel that, and I can see us going to this series and just 4-0, and that's it. We're done.
Oh.
We finally get the. I want to see that so badly to kind of just be like, we are the best team in baseball right now, and here's the proof. Here's the proof.
Best team in baseball, without a doubt. Like I said, I was mentioning earlier about playing MLB The Show, and the guy who won the championship was using the Dodgers. And I remember he was already great at the game. Like, I don't know if you play it, but if you look on, like, they got, like, you get, like, experience points. And he had the most experience points that any of us. So he's already the best player in the league. And I'm like, all right, you're the best player and you're using the Dodgers. And I had to play him, and I had the Braves, right? So it was like in the playoffs, and hello, Julia, checking in from NYC. Hello, Chloe, checking in from Boston. And I had to play him, and I was sitting there like, man, like, I can't beat this guy. And the Braves their bullpen ran out on the game. But, I was sitting here, and I was like, okay, they're 3-1. Here's the funny thing about today. The 49ers beat the Rams, right? But the Rams sacrifice for the Dodgers. If I'm an Atlanta sports fan, I am mad at the Falcons because the Falcons get their first win today.
You think they used up all the Atlanta luck?
Yes, it's an Atlanta thing to do, and I mean, they were a phenomenal team. The Rays are going to be tough, but I mean, this is the year. I'm with you. This is the year. Dodgers get it done. I would love a sweep as much as I love baseball. Yeah. So, like, I enjoyed this game 7. Like I said, I like the Braves. So, whoever was coming from this was going to be the team I rooted for. I was just happy that it wasn't going to be the Astros, but I kind of wanted to see the revenge. I mean, we all remember when the season started, Joe Kelly. So I kind of wanted to see the revenge, but I'm excited, man. I'm excited for you and all of Dodger Nation. We know Magic Johnson's happy. So I said, bet my money on the Dodgers, and I was disappointed, but it paid at the end of the day. There you go. What's different about this team than the previous years?
I don't want to credit it all to one player, but I do think Mookie Betts is the difference. I think that the energy he brings, even when he's not hitting well, he'll go out and make a game-winning save in the outfield, and all of a sudden everyone's fired up again. And it's just like it just takes that one play, and he brings that edge to the team, and you know what, it shows in the way the players are playing and how they're reacting to that. And big shout out to Corey Seager this series, and he well deserves being the MVP of this series because he was just on fire. He was on a different level.
Absolutely. So are you all right? Putting your baseball analyst hat on. Will this be a sweep? Yeah. How long? Will this be a sweep? How long is the series going?
I personally would love to see a 4-0, but I think it's going to be more like 4-2. I just kind of playing it safe because unless the Dodgers come out like they played the last 3 games, we're gonna drop a few. We're gonna drop a game. We're gonna drop maybe a second, but I think that the way that they've been playing and winning 3 in a row. just their record this year, it's just it's written in the stars.
Yeah.
I really see it happening, and there's no better year to do it, honestly, for what's going on.
Is this the Braves of the 2000, like the 90s Braves? We saw them get there, finally win, and then they would get there two more times and lose. Obviously, we don't want the losses to come, but is this kind of like that 90s Braves team that is really the team of the decade, that they just got to win one to solidify it?
Yeah, I think so, because if we don't win this, I think this has been said before, but this is our last dance, right? We got a lot of players with contracts ending this year. Justin Turner being one of them, right? A huge staple to the Dodgers team for the past couple of years. And it's scary, but hopefully this is it. But I do think so that this team, the way it's been put together, the years that it's taken to get this team together, really says a lot. And I see the question, what are your thoughts on Kershaw game one? I think, everyone has always talked about Kershaw postseason, but he showed us a good game this series. He pitched well. It wasn't his fault that we lost that game.
Right.
But I mean, I think even Mark was talking about this, or I can't remember who I was talking about this, but Kershaw's, the people are going to remember him as the guy that chokes in October until he wins one, until he's he comes into the World Series, pitches a shutout 6 innings, and just sends a message like, I'm still the best pitcher in the game. Granted, there's a lot of great pitchers out there now, and he is struggling, and we've seen it, right? He gets his back spasms and all of that, but I truly think that he still has one of, if not the best, curveballs.
Yeah, I think if he goes out there, nothing would make me happier to see him go win World Series MVP. But I think he would solidify himself as still one of the best. I mean, a guy like Adam Wainwright was up there with him. He's kind of fell off. Mad Bum, he's fell off. So it's really like that consistent, almost going for a decade, has been him and Max Scherzer, in a sense. So, and Max got his. Now we just need Clayton to get his, Now look at this.
There's going to be a lot of talk about Kershaw going into the series, but you know what? Like, I think it'd be a sin to not acknowledge the work that Buehler has put in, and how many times again and again he showed up in the postseason for the Dodgers. I wouldn't be surprised if next year he's our number one guy. If all things work out and he stays in form, he deserves it. He deserves that number one spot.
Right. Absolutely. And I mean, so I gotta ask you, and I actually got a clip. This home run, let me see if it plays, when Bellinger.
Oh.
I jumped out of my seat. And shout out to my friend Erica Fernandez. Her and I are huge baseball fans, and I said, I believe Bell just sent them to the World Series. And she was like, she was also on a delay. She was like, but to me, it's not only the home run, it's the swag he had, man. Just like if you watch it, you'll see. Yeah, just he knew it. And that right there, hopefully he will hit a bigger home run in his life. I mean, but for now, one of the biggest ones.
100%. Yeah, I mean, just like Kershaw, he also has a history of not performing in the postseason. And as soon as he hit that, I wasn't watching. I was just hiding behind my plants, kind of peeking here and there. And as soon as he hit that, it's like, okay, all right, let's bring that energy to the World Series. This is it. We're done. Urias was pitching amazing. He stunned the Braves with what he was packing, and I'm glad we didn't use Jensen, honestly.
Yeah. I saw some tweets and people were talking about that. I got to ask you this question. Do you believe the Dodgers actually have the advantage winning 3 straight, as opposed to the Rays, who lost 3 straight and had to grab a win to come into this. Do you think the Dodgers have the momentum and the better shot going in?
I think so. I think it says, at least for me, winning 3 straight and then losing 3 straight and then just pulling off that fourth win doesn't bring that energy as much as it does to win 3 straight and go straight into the World Series, right? But that and the Dodgers lost, I think, 2 series in the regular season, right?
So,
and they know how to bounce back from those, and they had some really harsh losses throughout the season where they're losing by double digits, and they come back and then they win by double digits. So I think that this is it. I don't want to jinx anything, obviously, right? But as a diehard Dodgers fan all my life, and with very fond memories of Dodger Stadium, this just has to be it. This has to be the year.
How do you feel about this pennant versus the previous 2?
Sorry, what was that?
How do you feel about this pennant versus the previous 2? This is your 3rd one. How does this compare? Obviously, the first one is special. That's the first in your lifetime, if I'm not mistaken, or were you around for '88? Old enough to remember it. Okay,
nothing. So this would be my first in my lifetime if we see this.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, how does this pennant compare to the previous 2?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
I really don't know, but I'll tell you this much. I became a huge Dodgers fan because 1 game a year, my mom would get comped tickets from her work right behind the Dodgers dugout. And, all the players, everyone around the Dodger staff was always so nice and so great to all of their fans. And ever since then, I've just like, that's it. This is what I love to watch. This baseball is my sport to watch. And, watching, I watched the Astros and Red Sox series in the Bay Area, where they hate the Dodgers for many reasons, right? The Giants and the A's, and the Athletics. And it was hard to watch it there, especially the Astros when it just seems like more than ever you have no reason to cheer for a team.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, what happened? Oh man, look like Pablo dropped off. Okay, there you go.
I'm back. I'm coming back. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, you said more than.
I hope you can see me. There we go.
There we go.
I know I'm getting delayed audio from you.
I can hear you. Said more than ever.
Cool. Yeah, not like it. More than ever, it didn't make sense for anyone to cheer for the Astros, but people just hate the Dodgers so much. They hate LA so much. They hate seeing us win championships. That we always get that, and it's always that saying, right? You're stuck thinking about LA, but LA's not thinking about you. And I carry that motto with me a lot. I don't really have any hate towards any teams besides the Astros, maybe the most. But for the most part, it's like whatever. The Dodgers are the Dodgers, and we are who we are.
Yeah, so I think over on the East Coast, if you're not a New Yorker, that's pretty much like everybody hates New York. So, like we obviously hate the Yankees, and it's always been that way. From the sound of people I know, I've always had love for LA, especially with the Lakers, and then like I said, with Clayton Kershaw. But even when I was younger, it was Mike Piazza. So I've always liked the Dodgers and the Kings. I remember when they won the championship when they won the Stanley Cup. I want to say it was 14. And I remember at that time I was working for ESPN, and I remember coming home that night from work to watch the game. And never been like the biggest hockey fan, but I always loved the playoffs because of the intensity. And when they won, I was like, Oh wow! Just because of the dramatic fashion it was, So I mean, the only LA team I hate is the Clippers for obvious reasons. But
We had to bring them up.
yeah, I mean, I love how they're so miserable right now while the Lakers are champions. I mean, and this would be cool, like '88 when the Lakers and the Dodgers both won.
Yeah.
I think that would be incredible, especially considering the year the past couple of years LA had losing Nipsey Hussle and Kobe Bryant, two people who are very iconic to the city. So, but before we get out of here, what's your official prediction and who's your MVP? I know this is fresh off, before you can really put your analyst hat on, but I want you fresh in the emotion of going to the World Series.
I'm going to call it 4-2 officially, and I'm going to go ahead and say Bellinger is going to get that MVP. He's going to come back, and he's going to put on a show for us.
All right. So I'm going to go 4-2 also, but I'm going to go with Mookie Betts. I think Mookie is and you know what? I spent years disliking this man because he was so good. When he was in Boston, I was at an Orioles game covering it, and I believe he hit 3 home runs, and I was just like, why are y'all pitching to him? And I had to text one of my buddies I text one of my buddies I used to work with at ESPN, and by this time I had left, and I said, I hate Mookie. And he texted me back with a laugh emoji and said, I hate Manny Machado. So I was a little disappointed Manny didn't get one with you guys. I know he's kind of like the enemy now because he's with the Padres, but I'm one of a few people in Baltimore that still like him. So, but Pablo,
something about him didn't mesh well with the team.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate, but Manny's Manny. What can you say?
Yeah, Manny's Manny.
But my man, I appreciate you for coming on. I'm about to get on out of here. Congrats. Go celebrate. Be safe.
Will do.
And guess what? 4 more wins, you'll be celebrating again.
Yeah, 4 more wins, and I'll be out in the streets.
There you go.
Be out celebrating this time.
Yeah. All right, man. Take it easy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me on this post show. The World Series is set. The Los Angeles Dodgers will take on the Tampa Bay Rays as I hold both hats up, and I'm going with the Dodgers. My prediction, Dodgers in 6 with Mookie being an MVP. Make sure y'all download Haps TV, Haps News app to all your smart devices and tune in